Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. History has been made in Mumbai. For the first time ever, the BJP will have its mayor in the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. The verdict of the Marathi Manoos has been loud and unambiguous. Mumbai has chosen performance over posturing and delivery over divisive pride. Under the stewardship of Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, the Saffron Party has emerged as the undisputed political pole position holder. The BJP Shiv Sena Mahayuti has swept more than 90% civic bodies across Maharashtra, leaving behind every permutation and combination alliances in shambles. These had cropped up ahead of a bitterly contested poll. Ajit Pawar's NCP chose to contest separately, joining hands with his uncle Sharad Pawar. The result? Both camps decisively rejected. The biggest rejection, however, has come for the Thakres. After 2 decades, the cousins reunited, hoping that Bala Saheb's legacy and recycled war cries would do the heavy lifting. But abusive slogans found no resonance. Mumbai's Janta flatly rejected the Lungi-Pungi politics. Never ever the one to miss a moment to twist the knife, BJP leaders took to social media today, posting images of Rasmalai to celebrate their victory. A not so subtle dig at Raj Thakre's infamous Rasmalai Bab aimed at BJP leader Annamalai. The joke today was on the politics of provocation.
ये जो विजय है महाराष्ट्र की जनता का, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी पर जो विश्वास है, उस विश्वास की यह विजय है। इस देश में और महाराष्ट्र में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने जो विकास और विश्वास की राजनीति शुरू की है, उसका ये विजय है।
ठाकरे बंधु एकत्रित आने हो या कांग्रेस राष्ट्रवादी दोनों एकत्रित आने हो, इसमें लोगों का हित नहीं, मराठी भाषियों का हित, मुंबई का हित नहीं, अपना ही स्वार्थ है। ये लोगों को रजिस्टर करने में हमेशा से हुए, लोग भी इतने होशियार बन गए हैं कि लोगों को ये ध्यान में आया कि अपने स्वार्थ के लिए चल रहा है।
महाविनाश अघाड़ी जो कांग्रेस और उद्धव ठाकरे जी, शरद पवार जी, उनको 7-8% सिर्फ सीटों में बढ़त है, शायद 7-8 से भी कम दिख रही है। और ये दर्शाते हैं कि आज वो जनता का विश्वास खो बैठे हैं। नकारात्मक राजनीति के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है।
As the BJP breaches new bastions, the Congress has delivered yet another spectacular flop show. The party that walked out of the Mahavikas Aghadi to stitch an alliance with Prakash Ambedkar's Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi has been virtually wiped out. Vanchit hi reh gaye. With no numbers and no narrative, the Congress is now left clutching its last refuge: copy-paste excuses. And yes, viewers, you guessed it right. It is back to vote Chori Raga on loop. Leading the charge once again, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Even as counting was still underway, referring to the ink controversy that surfaced yesterday, the Congress leader accused the Election Commission of gaslighting citizens and went so far as to claim that vote chori is an anti-national act. The opposition had yesterday alleged that the indelible ink on voters' fingers could be removed, a charge flatly rejected by the State Election Commission that has since ordered an investigation. But facts viewers clearly had no waiting room. Rahul Gandhi and his team jumped the gun, pronounced the verdict before the verdict, and pushed allegations without evidence as always. The BJP is now calling it a preemptive excuse for defeat, a calculated attempt to discredit the electoral process even before the verdict was out.
बिल्कुल सही बात है। अब इंक भी मिट जाएगी तो डबल वोटिंग होगी। फर्जी वोटिंग के ऊपर ही तो लगातार बातें चल रही थी। पहले बताते थे आप बूथ कैप्चरिंग होती थी, अब बूथ कैप्चरिंग आप ऑर्गेनाइज तरीके से कर रहे हो। आप इन्वेस्टिगेशन कराते रहिए तो चुनाव खत्म करिए। इन्वेस्टिगेशन के क्या महीने रह गए, तो चुनाव खत्म करिए। तो आप चुनाव तो हो गया ना, वोट पड़ गया।
हर चुनाव के नतीजे के पहले ये परिवारवादी कोई ना कोई बहाना ढूंढते हैं जिससे जनता और इनके कार्यकर्ता इनसे सवाल ना पूछें। एवरी टाइम दे सर्च फॉर अ स्केपगोट।
ये पूरी तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का काम ही यही है, वोट चोरी करना, इंक रिमूव करना, ये बहुत पुराना इनका काम है। ये पुराने तरीके से ये काम इनका माहिर है और ये केवल और केवल चोरी कर कर इस लोकतंत्र को खत्म कर।
देखिए, अब जनता को भी आदत पड़ गई है राहुल जी के रोना धोना, ये ऐसे ही चलेगा क्योंकि एक के बाद दूसरा चुनाव कांग्रेस पार्टी हारती रहेगी।
Amidst despondency, there was one silver lining for the Congress in Latur. The party secured a clear majority, winning 43 of the 70 seats, pushing the BJP to a distant second with just 22. For Bollywood actor Ritesh Deshmukh, it was a bittersweet verdict. During the campaign, Maharashtra BJP President Ravindra Chavan had sparked a storm by claiming that the legacy of late Vilasrao Deshmukh, a two-time chief minister and a towering Marathwada leader, would be wiped out from his hometown Latur. Ritesh Deshmukh had hit back sharply, saying what is etched in people's hearts cannot be erased. Eventually, Chavan had to apologize, but voters of Latur have been unforgiving.
दोन्ही हात वर करून सांगतो, लोकांसाठी जगलेल्या माणसांची नावं मनावर कोरलेली असतात. लिहिलेलं पुसता येतं, कोरलेलं नाही. जय महाराष्ट्र.
As the BJP grows from strength to strength, first scripting history with its first ever mayor in Kerala, in Thiruvananthapuram, and now breaching the BMC bastion, the contrast couldn't be starker. From general elections to assembly polls to municipal verdicts, the Congress has added nothing but losses to its tally and excuses to its script. Every defeat is blamed on the Election Commission and the EVMs. Every verdict is questioned, every mandate is doubted, and that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the Motorola legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. Who is really gaslighting the people of India? That's the question. That's the debate. Coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Suhail Seth, columnist, Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Akhil Chitre, leader of the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray group, Tausif Ahmed Khan, lawyer, political analyst, supports the Trinamool Congress. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, Congress leader, Mumbai inhabitant, somebody who couldn't swing the verdict for the Congress party. Sanjay Jha, the writing is on the wall. You can crib as much as you want. You can criticize as much as you want. There are three distinct takeaways from this election. Number one, you're hurtling faster towards your century mark in the number of losses. Number two, your friends, Uddhav Thackeray, were used by you, dropped by you, and now you're alone. And as being a lone ranger with the Vanchit, with the Prakash Ambedkar's party, you haven't really cut any ice with the Mumbaikars. And number three, the fact is Vilasrao Deshmukh's legacy is something that has a saving grace, not really Rahul Gandhi. Question really is, where are you headed to? Other than your bahanas, which are steady and constant, nothing else seems to be working.
Navika, good evening to you and to all my eminent panelists on the program. Let me just address your question up front. The Congress has fared disastrously. The Congress has some serious examination to do within. And I think the Congress is solely responsible for becoming a diminishing force in a city where I live, which cosmopolitan city, entertainment and commercial capital, where the Congress party was born. So I completely agree with you that with deep anguish, I tell all my friends who are the supporters of the Congress party, there is a long, hard road ahead. But I want to address a fundamental question. This is a serious debate. Let's not reduce it to who won which municipal corporation. I can tell you this with full responsibility. India's democracy is in peril. In Mumbai, where I have lived, I have talked to a whole lot of people, Navika. I'm glad you introduced me here as a Mumbaikar. There are so many people I know who surprisingly found their names removed from the rolls. And these were people who voted in the Lok Sabha just a year and a couple of months earlier. Their names were missing. I can tell you this for a fact: on markers were used for the ink on the finger. And many people, you have seen the reports already, it's in the public domain, found it unusual that they could almost remove it and it was not even visible, which is a serious aspect. It's not just the Congress party raising these issues, Navika. It is the entire opposition. Uddhav, Raj,
not just the opposition. My team members also tried it, and yes, the ink was removed. The marker ink went away with acetone.
Navika, a very serious accusation that I make, because I can tell you this, because I know I have people who work in different places. They have been offered bribes. You have witnessed in this election, at least in Mumbai, I can't speak for the whole of Maharashtra. I can speak for Mumbai and Pune because I travel between these two cities often. The bottom line is cash bribes have been distributed left, right, and center. Voter rolls, ink being used, definitely, I mean, end of day, bribes being used. And this is resulting in a victory for the BJP. I think the BJP has no reason to feel proud. They have recently gone and even done an ED raid on the IPAC office, which is a political consultancy to the TMC. Tells you, look at the timing, right? The Bengal elections.
There were no raids in Mumbai. There were no raids in Maharashtra. So Sanjay, just drop that. But when you talk about money, when you talk about vote chori, well, Uddhav Thackeray also fought in Mumbai and in the rest of Maharashtra. Look at the number of seats they have and look at the number of seats that you have. So, well, you know, while the first part was very good about introspection, but the second, you forgot that there are others who have fought against the same circumstances. The fact is that you can't keep your alliances together, you can't keep your own people together, you can't keep your strategy together, and then you go around. Mr. Modi is not responsible for building a alliance between the opposition parties. That is certainly not his job, so that you can pretend that, you know, democracy is still alive. Pradeep Bhandari, please respond to each of these charges of names not being present, of the ink, the so-called indelible ink going away with just some acetone, which our reporters even tried and found was true as a charge. Please respond. Takes away the sheen from a victory that would have been a stupendous victory in any record book?
Well, Navika ji, at the outset, on a lighter note, I would like to give Sanjay a piece of Bernal. I've got Bernal because this is exactly what the Congress party needs right now, and it defines the state of the Congress party. Had Sanjay done a bit more election campaigning, he would understand that any voter is always given a particular polling station and a voting center. So even if hypothetically ink is removed, you always go to the same voting center where the polling agent will have your name ticked earlier. So nobody can vote twice because the polling center does not change with voter. It is a fixed polling sector. And the Congress party fought on more than 190 seats. So the Congress party can file official complaint in the Supreme Court, which they will not do so because they know when they go to the court of law, like they've gone in the past, it will fall flat. But I want to congratulate Raj Thackeray because Raj Thackeray has learned from Rahul Gandhi, because Rahul Gandhi has a vote share of 2.05% and Raj Thackeray also has a strike rate of 2.05%. And by Sanjay's commentary, I think Sanjay is not taking a dig at us. He's taking a dig at Uddhav Thackeray, because Uddhav Thackeray's strike rate is 10 times that of the Congress party. So if there is vote chori in Maharashtra in BMC election, then he's actually saying that how did Uddhav Thackeray get a 38% strike rate? But Navika ji, the reality is that Mumbai has voted for development of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Devendra Fadnavis. This is the reality. Sometime back we could not even touch 50 seats. Now we have crossed 90 seats, and the Congress party will always have one or the other alibi every season. Till yesterday, he did not say the voters were bribed. Yesterday, he was saying ink. Today, he's found voters have bribed. Tomorrow, he will say something else. Because the reality is they cannot question Rahul Gandhi.
Sanjay Raut has said EVMs are also hacked.
Well, then he should go to the court, file an official complaint, because just last time, the Chief Justice of India said that if you come with a frivolous petition, we will put a fine on you. So I challenge the Indian opposition, in interest of democracy, go to the court and prove your allegations as correct, but do not abuse the voters. He's saying that the voters are rishwatkhor. Shame on you, Sanjay, for insulting the people of Mumbai. Shame on you, sir.
Apologize for the black money that you used to bribe voters. Shame
on you, sir, that you are saying that. Do not. Sanjay, you will take action against such a comment. If you do not have any evidence, go to the police station. I will assist you. I will assist you. Put the video on social media. But today I understand that there is a meltdown moment. It is okay. I sympathize and empathize with you. You cannot question Rahul. Similarly, Uddhav Sena cannot question Uddhav Thackeray. This is why you will find one or the other safeguard.
Well, that more money is spent on elections today than it ever was in the past is a reality. However, when you say black money, then Sanjay Jha, you know, you're an educated man. You know you have to put the evidence on the table. Otherwise, defamation is what it is. And the channel takes no responsibility. Your case is yours alone to fight. Times Now has nothing to do with that allegation if the evidence is not presented on the table. But let me get in Akhil Chitre. Akhil Chitre of the Shiv Sena, I want to ask you, have you finally realized that you have narrowed down your voter base? How have you done that? Well, you were the Hindutva king, Hindutva Hriday Samrat. That's how we as young reporters remember Bala Saheb Thackeray. You have gone and done alliances with all parties that are anti-Hindutva. And then you have gone anti-North India, anti-South India, Lungi-Pungi bhi nahi pasand hai, Bihari Babu bhi nahi pasand hai, koi bhi nahi pasand hai, to vote dega kaun bhai? यही तो चक्कर है, इसीलिए आपकी जो सीटें हैं वो वहां आ गई हैं. अच्छा, अब दोस्त दुश्मन में भी तय करना होता है. एक तो आप बट गए, शिंदे जी अलग चले गए, ऊपर से कांग्रेस के साथ दोस्ती थी. अब राज ठाकरे को लेना था तो कांग्रेस को छोड़ दिया. अब राज ठाकरे की सीटें देख लीजिए, कांग्रेस की सीटें देख लीजिए. Strategy is everything in an election. Have you lost it all?
I hope you allow me 1 minute to give you the facts clear.
Absolutely, your 60 seconds start now.
Is this a fixed match? Mr. Kamboj yesterday states that BJP is going to be 130 plus. Even all the channels in their exit polls from morning are playing bandwagon stating that it is 135 plus and Shiva Sena is 52 plus, and now they have come to 126 plus and 72 plus, and right now there is a TV going on over here besides me. Now it is BJP 96 and Shiva Sena is 72. So I think news channels have to get their facts right before. They don't have to be mouth organ of some political party out here.
All right, fantastic. I love your numbers. At least there is no bahana of vote chori. EVMs were not fixed. There was no vote chori that happened, Chitre Saab. At least that, do we have a consensus on that?
The match is not over as of now. The match is not over as of now. You have to get your facts right. Just go through the Election Commission website and check what are the figures currently, and then when we can go ahead with the debate.
So I agree. I agree. Then you are saying that the entire process is honest, fair, transparent, and just. So then you contradict Sanjay Jha and tell Sanjay Jha that there is no bribing which has taken place. Sanjay, please look at your quote-unquote earlier alliance partner, who you will tomorrow have a tie-up with.
Anand Ranganathan, if you are a Mumbaiker, what would you be thinking today when you look at all of this? Where does the Mumbaiker stand in all of this? And who's winning, who's losing? If everybody is happy, then why are there bahanas? What's going on?
Vanakkam Navika, and vanakkam to my...
Sat Sri Akal.
Sat Sri Akal, yes. And BJP is having right now Modak. Congress is having, as usual, jalebis. And Udhay...
also having Mysore Pak, Anand.
And Rasmalai, come on.
Yes.
ये रसमलाई इलेक्शन था.
Rasmalai, Raj Thackeray is having the Shiv Sena UBT is having Rasmalai. No, but look, as the previous panelist said, it's not over until he sings. So yes, I mean the results are not out there, but the fact is very clear. It's going to be BJP and Shiv Sena Shinde faction. I think it's too early to look at why the people of Mumbai have voted the way they have. But I think the writing, when you say metaphorically the writing has been on the wall, the writing has been on the wall for increasingly for the last 2 years especially. And I'll tell you why. We have to go beyond the first layer. First of all, this absolute joke that indelible ink has been removed and people are voting again. I mean, this is the kind of excuse that you expect from Rahul Gandhi and his bandwagon of, completely irrational followers. It has silver nitrate, and the only way it can be removed is through acetone, and that is the first of the filters. So even if you don't have an indelible ink nishan on your finger, you still can go in, but you cannot vote. So, this much common sense people must have. But anyway, look, this is the era of not just single engine, not just double engine, but triple engine. I think in city after city, state after state, people are realizing that because the opposition is increasingly playing spoil sports, a little bit of that, and also the central government is helping out a lot of those states and a lot of those municipalities that are under the control of the BJP. People have realized that if you want work done, if you want satisfactory infra progress and whatnot, then you have to vote for triple engine. That's the way it is, city after city. The two things go hand in hand. One, of course, there is bias in the cities and the states where the BJP is ruling. There is no denying the fact. But can you also deny the fact that in state after state that is ruled by the opposition, repeatedly they do not allow the central schemes to be implemented? In fact, not just not allow, they start their own schemes. Ayushman Bharat is a prime example. People are fed up. They are saying, look, the rest of India is benefiting from Modi schemes. Why aren't we? Why are we suffering? And that is one of the reasons why psychologically people feel that, look, one way to get the benefits which the rest of India is getting, let us vote for double engine, let us vote for triple engine. Now, is this good for democracy? I mean, the jury is out. But the fact is, opposition also has to mature. Navika, ताली जैसे आप कहती है, दो हाथ से बजती है.
Well, truly, tali do haath se hi bajti hai. But as you said, I'm also not looking at just the numbers. I'm looking at the subtext, being a political analyst. And Suhail said, I ask you this question. Because the two national parties, on one side you have the BJP, on the other side you have the Congress so far. That its numbers are not matching up to its status as a national party is something that should worry the Congress party. Simply because if you look at the Congress party, there used to be a vote base of the minorities that the Congress used to depend upon. The fact that Owaisi's party has grown shows that less and less of that voter base is banking on the Congress because they don't see the Congress winning elections, number one. Number two, if you have been doing business as an alliance party with the Congress, you don't know where you stand anymore because mood hoga to alliance hai, nahi hai to nahi hai. That's how it's operated in the BMC elections. That's how it's going on in West Bengal, in Tamil Nadu. You're seeing the muscle flexing that's going on. So is Congress dependable anymore, or will it just go in search of its own personal value, which also it doesn't realize, is another question that is being asked. So Suhail said, in the light of all of these signals that are coming, what do you see as the big takeaway from these elections?
So now I'm going to give you a strategic insight, and I want everyone here to bear with me. Sanjay made an important point where he decried the current dispensation or the current look and feel of the Congress. You have people on this panel who are representatives of political parties. You may disagree with Mamata Banerjee, but she's a politician. You may disagree with Akhilesh, he's a politician. These are serious political people whose primary job is to be in politics and therefore to win elections. You're not in politics because you want your name and face on some university poster addressing those jokers. Number one. Number two, the problem here is, and I'm saying this with all seriousness, I've been the one person on every program who has defended Rahul Gandhi when people have said he's anti-national, he's stupid, he's this, that. No. I genuinely believe that if the Congress wants to be taken seriously, if they want to win elections, if they want democracy to be preserved, as all of us do, the time has now arrived, Navika, for the Congress to get rid of Rahul Gandhi. You cannot have a weak leader commanding an army of people, expecting them to go to battle, and when it's time to go to battle, the general has escaped the shores of this country. This is a serious issue. Whether Rahul Gandhi wants to leave, doesn't want to leave, the Congress party today, whether they like it or not, they will all stand united and make a big show of it. The blame never falls at the family. And that is the first problem. You know, in marketing, the biggest issue to manage competition is to accept that there is a problem and accept there is competition, not to be in denial. Congress loses elections by blaming people other than themselves. The BJP wins elections by working towards winning the elections. The methodologies may be suspect in people's minds. For that, there is recourse to the courts of law. Number two, India has moved far away from dissension, divisiveness, and derision. You know, for the Thackeray's to say what they did, it's up to them. You know, I have no truck with that. That's their issue. Third, I'm constantly hearing the refrain, or democracy khatre mein hai. Who makes democracy? The citizens. The citizens are the people who make a democracy. If the citizens are voting for the BJP, if the citizens are voting at all, it means democracy is not in danger. Democracy doesn't mean that only the Congress will win, or only Samajwadi will win, or only TMC will win. Democracy means that there will be a rule of law, there will be elections. You disagree with the electoral process, go to the Supreme Court. Take them to court, challenge them. But you cannot decry democracy because you yourself have failed.
What's strange that Rahul Gandhi says citizens have been gaslighted.
You see, let me tell you, that is his fundamental problem. Two issues that Rahul Gandhi must correct. His hatred for Narendra Modi cannot be transferred to hatred for common citizens. Number two, when he goes abroad, constantly there is debate, derision, divisiveness about India today. People are not interested. And I'm only saying this to you over and over again. Would you keep a non-performer at the top of your network year after year, time after time? You wouldn't. If performance is not a benchmark, what else is?
Absolutely, and that is the moot point. All of us survive on the back of performance, but certainly Congress party doesn't believe that is important. And that's why, Abbas Haider, I want to ask you, by looking at, just certain limited vote banks, do you see the danger? Do you see also the danger of the strategizing of the Congress party? They had a tie-up with the VBA, which is the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi. Now, Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, the day before the last day of filing their nominations, came back and said, we don't have candidates for 16 seats. Congress didn't have candidates either. So they had to back 16 independents. Now, is that called election planning? When they come to UP in 2027 as alliance partners of yours or otherwise, they will come there. Will they have 403 candidates even to put up for elections? They will demand from you some 80, 100 seats. Will they have candidates that are winnable candidates for that? And that's why, as alliance partners, when you're talking about strategizing your own elections, forget what Modi is doing. You have to strategize your own elections. Are you paying enough attention to that? That is the question that people are asking.
Navika ji, first of all, I accept and respect that the mandate of BMC and Maharashtra, whatever it is. But there is also a pattern that we must understand. That beside there have been malpractices in the election, which we all have seen. Thousands of names in the voter roll were missing. Voters were seen hopping from one booth to another. Cash were distributed all over.
How did you win 37 seats in the Lok Sabha elections? How did you win 37 seats in UP in the Lok Sabha elections?
I'm just coming to that, Navika ji. Navika ji, the apprehension, there is an apprehension among the voters of Maharashtra and all over the country. Because, Bharatiya Janata Party is not letting state government of opposition parties to function. They don't believe in the federal structure. So the voters now believe that, how are these local bodies and BMCs are going to function if they are not of the ruling party. So there is an apprehension. And there is also a certain amount of voters who have voted for BJP and their allies because of this reason. And if you come to 2027, Navika ji, obviously the voters have different issues. They are not voting to change the chief minister or prime minister. They are voting for local issues. But if you come to 2027 election, Navika ji, we are committed. We are going to win 2027, and there is need of introspection, I believe, for Samajwadi Party in Maharashtra BMC election as well as for Congress Party and all the opposition party. I agree to that. But we have also introspected when we won 2024 election in Uttar Pradesh. So introspection is needed all the time, I believe. But Navika ji, one thing is very clear.
But did you blame the EVMs then? Did you blame vote chori then? When you are winning more seats, it's fine. When you don't win, then ink is a problem, EVM is a problem, vote chori is a problem, names in the voter list is a problem. Pradeep Bhandari, please respond.
Navika ji, I want to point towards a very important factor. It is also the difference between effort. Look at the effort of our leaders versus the Parivarwadis. Devendra Fadnavis ji did 37 public meetings. My dear friend, I did not interrupt in between you. Relax. Relax, dear. Relax. There is a difference in effort. Devendra Fadnavis ji did 37 meetings. Eknath Shinde, 25 public meetings. Along with that, and compare it to Uddhav Thackeray, 3 joint meetings. Raj Thackeray, just 3 joint meetings, and top leadership of the Congress party, 0 meeting. This is how they treated the voters of Mumbai, and this is why the voters have given a big slap. You are wrong factually, the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, because we've never had a government in Kerala. But the UPA in Kerala gave only 72,000 crore. We gave 3,24,000 crore. And you are taking a line which is against Akhilesh Yadav, because Akhilesh Yadav at 3:07 p.m. today says that the BJP fights election in a professional manner, and we should appreciate that. And now you are here saying कि इधर कैश चला गया, उधर कैश चला गया. तो जरा जाके अपने लीडर से पहले अपनी पार्टी लाइन लो और फिर बात करो.
I'm talking about introspection. What about Tamil Nadu?
एक second. Pradeep is wrong because
you're talking about
one at a time. Anand Ranganathan wants to come in. Anand.
Yeah, no, it's not normally that I interrupt my good friend Pradeep, but he's wrong. Rahul Gandhi did conduct a meeting, but in Germany.
Sorry, apologize.
Okay, but Chitreji, I want to ask you, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party, what do you have to say about that? Any learnings about alliance partnerships based on these elections?
Ma'am, I would not like to comment anything on a other political party and a leader like Rahul Gandhi.
Party है, आपके alliance partner है All India.
I would definitely bring you back to the Mumbai.
All India alliance partners. I have discussed with you municipal elections. I want to know what do you think of the Congress party at a national level? It's a legitimate question.
No. I need to. I need to answer you for some queries, some queries which you had raised during the discussion when I was quietly sitting around and listening that Bharatiya Janata Party is contesting elections professionally. So they are not. And I'll prove it to you before this election results come out in BMC. And you being a senior political analyst, I hope you understand.
Well, we can quibble about that. You don't want to answer the question that I'm asking you. Well, in which case I will need to move on to Tausif. And Tausif bhai, I want to ask you, West Bengal next stop for elections. अब महाकाल पूजा याद आ रही है, दुर्गा आंगन याद आ रहा है. Are you realizing by and by that leaving out a large section or upsetting a large section of the voter base by your anti-Hindu statements in the past can cost you elections? Is that why there's a course correction both by Mamata Banerjee, who is doing Har Har Mahadev today, and Akhilesh ji, who's in Odisha at Jagannath Mandir, saying, repeating there that he's been there thrice this year. Are the Hindu credentials once again very important?
No, Navika, I don't blame you nor the BJP because they have zero presence in Bengal. They are basically a Delhi party, an outsider who knows nothing, who does not know how deeply rooted the Bengal politics have been so far. Mamata Banerjee and her credential as a Hindu is concerned. She performs.
How many MLAs does the BJP have, sir, in the Bengal Assembly?
Mamata Banerjee,
inaccuracy. That's what we were taught.
Mamata Banerjee.
Who's your opposition in Bengal, sir?
None.
Who is your opposition? Is it the Congress? Is it the left? Or is it the BJP?
Are Tawfiq, how many BJP
okay, now Mamata Banerjee is blessed by Ma Durga. Mamata Banerjee being a devout Brahmin, she offers prayers at her home. From her childhood days, Ma Kali Puja, do you know how the intensity of the prayers that she makes during the Kali Puja at her home? Do you know that Mamata Banerjee already inaugurated the Jagannath temple in Digha last year? Durga Angan, the construction started in Kolkata, and now the third temple which is going to come up in Siliguri. Now, BJP, since they know nothing about the history of Bengal, BJP does not know the electoral history.
That copyright has been taken by the Trinamool Congress. We all know that. I'm born in Bengal. Suhail Seth has lived in Bengal all his life. Suhail Seth, is our right on Bengal any lesser than anybody else?
Tawfiq, listen to me. Listen to me, my son. Listen to me, my friend. Listen to me. Mamata Banerjee, I've known for over 30 years. Keep quiet for a minute. Keep quiet for a minute. There's a reason why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Mamata Banerjee, I've known for 30 years. Let me tell you, you don't have your facts, my friend. I agree, the BJP is not in power in Bengal. That everyone knows, even the pumpkin on the street. Hear me out, yeah? Again, you're interrupting. You're much younger. Learn debating etiquette. You're much younger, my friend. Your mustache hasn't grown. Hear me out. The BJP has made a presence felt in Bengal. It has MLAs in the assembly. Again, you're either smoking something that we aren't, or you're in denial about the BJP's presence in the assembly. It is true, Mamata Banerjee is the tallest leader in Bengal. That should make you happy. But the BJP is there. Don't be in denial. Then you'll become like the Congress.
Well, clearly...
Sanjay rightly said. Congress must accept the problem. You're not even accepting the problem.
Well, yeah, but Sanjay Jha, you know, with due regard to him, he accepted in the first part of his statement and then went into denial. So there's a difference between the Congress party leaders and our Congress, our choice of the Congress leader Sanjay Jha, because he does accept once in a while that there are problems. So the fact of the matter is, trust with the Congress has collapsed, Sanjay Jha. That is what is happening. Trust of your alliance partners with you, trust of the people on you to convert anything into a victory, that trust has collapsed. And when that collapses, you see the results that you're seeing. You see it election after election. And that, my dear friend, has nothing to do with ink, with EVMs, or anything else on the planet. Because if you were really worth something, at least the numbers that the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray is getting is somewhere you would have been. Wrong calculations and wrong beliefs can give you the results that you've got. You may blame whoever you want to. And we did a snap poll. BJP wins big in Maharashtra, Congress loses, blames vote chori. Rahul Gandhi's citizens gaslighted charge. Justified? We asked this question, yes say 24% people, but no say 76% of the people. That's what people are saying. 76% people believe there is no dum in the bahana anymore. Take this result and do some introspection. You may have a great future because this country does need a national opposition, and that's what is lacking. And if you fall like a pack of cards, you have nobody else but yourself to blame for it. With that, it's a wrap on this debate number 1. Thank you very much to all my